Welcome back. David Penn here, your host, coming to you from the studios of Free People Radio here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the belly of the beast. Today, we're going to talk about trade policy. What's going on? What's going on? What's the progress? What's the pushback? Let's start with the pushback. Let's listen to a clip of Governor Gavin Newsom in California.
California is now the fourth largest economy in the world. Innovation, manufacturing, agriculture. And we've done it by reducing trade barriers and delivering for American consumers. But the Trump administration is putting all of that at risk, halting delivery of essential goods through our ports. Today, it's school backpacks. In a few months, it'll be Christmas toys. These tariffs punish families and risk ending America's run as the world's greatest economy. Take it from California. We're the ones leading it.
That's Governor Newsom with an ad that ran on Fox News, another globalist media outlet, a alleged conservative outlet that really is just the leadership, the media leadership of what I would call the controlled opposition. The Murdoch clan, they are not about American nationalism. They're about global governance. And they found a spokesperson to attack President Trump's tariff policies, and they ran this ad. Now, since this ad was run, President Trump and the trade delegation led by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent went to Geneva, met with the Chinese delegation, and there has been some progress in this trade conflict between the United States and China. Let's listen to Gavin Newsom yet again.
And what my fear is, it's not my fear, it's the reality. We've seen 11% decline last month in tourism in the state of California. We're projecting after record-breaking tourism spend, we're seeing the impacts already of this tariff war. We're seeing the impacts with dock workers. We're seeing the impacts with truckers, with small businesses, with my own eyes. This is not an intellectual exercise. So if it wasn't so chaotic, I would at least engage in a very, I think, reasonable conversation about addressing those issues with a little bit more muscularity. But this is recklessness. And I cannot impress upon you, you know this, the impacts can't be unwound quickly and easily. And I fear that Geneva is not going to be a success. It needs to be. I'm promoting that success, but I very much fear that the nature of the decision making that seems to come on news cycles, not on the basis of a grand strategy, is the great impediment in terms of getting to the place we all want to go.
That's Governor Newsom with Larry Kudlow on Fox Business. Globalist, globalist, globalist. Fox is a globalist media network. Kudlow is a globalist in the extreme. And then Newsom, they're globalists. And what is the constant refrain of the globalist, which we hear every day? President Trump is chaotic. This is chaos. And he's being reckless. And there's no plan. No, actually, there's a very well thought through plan, and they're labeling it as chaotic because they don't like what this plan may bring forth. What this plan is intended to do is to redefine the global trade architecture such that it benefits the United States instead of leading to a global governance. Global trade, free trade, is a Trojan horse leading to global governance. And why do I say that? Because there is a World Trade Organization, an internationalist organization, which adjudicates disputes about trade. Trade has already established a global governance. And President Trump has effectively, by imposing these tariffs, withdrawn from the World Trade Organization. Gavin Newsom said that he hoped Geneva was successful, but he was afraid that it would not be. Well, it was successful to some extent. The 145% tariffs that President Trump had imposed on China have been dialed back. Now, the pundits that you're seeing on X, they're saying that President Trump caved. He gave up. He's chaotic. He's reckless. He's not getting anything accomplished. It's all for naught. This is spin in the extreme. Actually, President Trump dialed back the tariff on China from 145% to 59%. 4% was the original base rate. 25% was imposed in 2018 by President Trump in his 45th presidency. There's a 20% fentanyl-related tax and the 10% reciprocal tariff tax, totaling 59%. And I got to tell you, that's a deal killer. But people are still going to start bringing things in again from China because they have to. And who's still in China here in 2025? You know, all of the really important products that were manufactured in China have been moved out of there a long time ago, except for two sectors. One is electronics, which have always been set aside from these current tariffs, and then rare earth elements, minerals, which the Chinese control and which we desperately need. Those two issues, rare earths and electronics, are set-asides. They're critical. Everything else that's in China at this point are discretionary. The important products, like tires. Here at Free People Radio, we're in the tire business. We got TireGet.com. TireGet is an online tire e-tailer. See, we're in the tire business, so we know what's going on in the tire business. 75% of the tires that we use in this country that we sell on TireGet are imported, but they haven't come from China for a very long time. Thank you, Carlos. They haven't come from China for a very long time. It was moved out of there years ago because the supply chain for tires, the relationship with China and the United States, made that supply unstable. So now there's going to be a bunch of products coming in that are, I would call, discretionary products, like plates you might buy at Costco or Walmart, or maybe, baby supplies that you might buy if you happen to have a child, or a baby stroller. Things that are toys, Mattel toys made in China, if you're still buying toys. Yes, there's a lot of volume that's made in China, and now it's going to come in, and there's going to be a whole lot of offsets to that 59%. The price is maybe going to go up in the store 20, 25%, 30% tops. It's not a deal killer. It's not the end of the world. They're making it sound like it's the end of the world. And why are they doing that? They don't want free trade to end, because free trade is the Trojan horse to world governance. And President Trump is saying, oh, no, we're not doing that. We are the United States of America. The era of the post-World War II Democrat liberal order has come to an end by popular vote of the American citizens, and we're starting on a new path. We're turning the page. We're starting a new chapter, the restoration of the concept and the philosophy of republicanism here in the United States of America. So let them fight. Let them try to hang on to it, but it's up to we, the people. Do we prefer freedom or the cheapest little tchotchke that you can buy at Walmart on Sunday afternoon? It's a choice we're all going to have to make. Thank you very much. This is David Penn, your host. Looking forward to being back with you soon again.